Claude just launched a new feature called Ultraplan, and I think it is genuinely one of the more interesting things they have shipped in a while. In this video, I am going to show you exactly what it does, how it works step by step, and we will actually use it to plan a real web application from scratch. If you already used Claude before, you have probably used plan. You type slash plan followed by your task, and instead of immediately writing code, Claude first creates a plan, what it is going to do, in what order, which files it will touch. You review it, approve it, and then it executes. But slash plan has a ceiling. It is running locally in your current terminal session, limited by a context window. For a simple feature or a bug fix, it is great. But give it something genuinely complex, like designing a whole new application from scratch or a multi-service migration, and the plan it creates will be very shallow. That is the gap Ultraplan fills. Same idea as a slash plan. Think before you act, but taken to a completely different level. Instead of Claude just diving in, Ultraplan makes it stop and plan first, but not in your local. It takes your task and sends it to the cloud. What that means is Claude spins a dedicated session on anthropic server. It takes a snapshot of your repository and then it just thinks. It has dedicated compute just for planning, not for writing code, purely for building the plan. Think of it like hiring a senior architect before the dev team starts. They read everything, map out the whole system, flag the risky parts, and only after that does the dev team touch the code base. And while all of that happening in the cloud, your terminal is not blocked. You can keep working something else. Ultraplan is running in the background. To use Ultraplan, you just use slash Ultraplan in your terminal followed by whatever you want it to plan. That is it. You can also just include the word Ultraplan naturally in any prompt and Claude picks it up automatically. There is also a third way. If you already ran a local plan in Claude Code and Claude shows up a approval dialog, you can choose to refine it with Ultraplan instead of just approving it. That sends the local draft to the cloud for next iteration. One thing to set up before you use this. Your project need to be in a Git repository and that repo need to be connected to your Claude account. Ultraplan pulls a snapshot of your code from there. If you have not done it, do it first. Otherwise, the command just won't work. Alright, let's actually use it. I want to build a task management web app, React for frontend, Node.js backend, Postgres database. Let's use Ultraplan to think through the whole architecture. One thing you will notice immediately, when you type Ultraplan, the text shows up in rainbow color in the terminal. That is just Claude Code's way of letting you know you have triggered something different. It is a nice little visual cue. So the moment you hit enter, you will see the terminal shows that it is spinning up a Claude session. It pulls your repo, connects to CCR, that is Anthropic's Cloud Container Runtime, and kicks off the planning session. You will notice your terminal cursor is still free. Claude is not blocking you. AI is running completely in the background, and it shows Claude web link to access the plan. After a few minutes, you will see this appear in your terminal. And this is where it gets really good. The plan opens a proper structured document, not a wall of text in your terminal. You can see the full architecture laid out, folder structure, API design, database schema, everything. But here is the part that actually different. You are not just reading it, you can interact with it, highlight any section you are not happy with, and leave an inline comment. Claude will revise just that part. You can even use emojis to react. There is also an outline sidebar that lets you jump between sections. Useful when the plan is long and you don't want to scroll through the whole thing. So you go back and forth with Claude on the plan until it looks right. No code has been written yet, zero files changed. You are still entirely in the planning phase. Once you are happy with the plan, you hit approve plan and teleport back to the terminal. And exactly what it says happens. Your terminal session picks up and Claude starts implementing based on the plan you just reviewed and shaped. Alternatively, you can choose to implement it directly on the cloud session without even coming back to your local terminal. Both options are there in the browser. When the implementation happens in the cloud, it will create a PR for the changes. A couple of things before you go try this. This is a research preview. There is a known bug where after you approve the plan, Claude sometimes starts editing source files instead of following the plan. It is being tracked as a GitHub issue. Worth keeping an eye on it before you use this on anything critical. And don't close your terminal while Ultraplan is running. So that is Ultraplan. It is Claude Code learning to plan before it builds. It is genuinely a different way of working with AI on complex tasks. The best use cases are anything where a bad plan costs you a real time, new app, big refactors, architecture decisions. It is a research preview, so expect some rough edges. But if you are using Claude Code regularly, it is worth trying on your next big task because getting the right plan up front is almost always faster than fixing a half built mess.